This is K2 News at 5 on your side.
A life and death situation during an ambulance shortage in Multnomah County. Overnight, a critically injured stabbing victim was taken to a hospital in the back of a police car with a firefighter alongside in the back seat because no ambulance was available at the time. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us for this digital edition of K2 News. I'm Barry Mangold. Just after midnight this morning, Gresham Police and Portland Fire and Rescue responded to a stabbing in the Rockwood neighborhood. Crews found a victim with multiple stab wounds when they got there. According to PF&R, Multnomah County's EMS provider, American Medical Response, was at level 0 at the time, meaning no ambulance was available. The closest one was in Clackamas County. That's when Gresham Police say firefighters thought outside the box and decided to transport the patient in a police car. With a firefighter in the back seat, police drove with lights and sirens activated to the closest hospital, escorted by sheriff's deputies. The firefighter who rode with the patient is also a paramedic. The current condition of the patient is unknown at this time. A spokesperson for Portland Fire and Rescue reacted to the incident, saying in part, "Seconds matter on critical trauma incidents. Whether we transport you in an ambulance or find another way to get you to the hospital, if an ambulance is unavailable, we're going to do it." And this all comes as Multnomah County leaders consider how to improve ambulance response times. Back in February, AMR formally proposed changing the county's staffing policy to require only one paramedic in each ambulance rather than 2 paramedics, which is the current standard. The Multnomah County chair, however, has been against that idea and has threatened to fine AMR unless its staffing improves. As of last month, the county and AMR have been in closed negotiations to discuss how to get more ambulances staffed and operating. We have reached out to Multnomah County and AMR for more information on what they're doing to improve ambulance response times now. We're going to have the latest for you tonight at 11 on K2 News. And also overnight, police are investigating a homicide in the Lloyd neighborhood. Just after 4 a.m., officers responded to a report of a shooting off of Northeast Weidler Street. When officers arrived, they found an adult male dead. No suspects have been found. An investigation is underway. And all westbound lanes of East Main Street near 72nd Avenue are open after firefighters responded to a serious crash in Hillsborough. Picture here of the damage. One patient was sent to a local hospital. The condition of that patient is not known at this time. Switching gears now to Storm Tracker 2 weather. This is a live look at downtown Portland from our standard camera. It looks like some sunlight's starting to peek out after a rainy start to this Sunday. We got to bring in Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Allison Gutleber, who's been tracking how much rain we've been getting and how much more we're going to get.
Yes,
Allison.
well, the thing is that we could see more rain tonight, and then tomorrow another round moves in, and that's when we're going to see more rain. After that, we start to dry out as the week goes on. At the end of the week, more 80s.
This is what I want to talk about.
Yes, that's why we're starting out with this. End of the week, warmer conditions, so we're back above average. Average temperatures around this time in the upper 60s. We'll be in the 80s going closer towards the end of the week, and then more of that sunshine, dry conditions. We have a high pressure moving in. It's going to be really nice, but for now, we're still below average. So today, only in the 50s. Tomorrow, around 57 degrees. We'll continue to see those showers. More chances for thunderstorms as well throughout the afternoon and the evening. Getting into Tuesday, there is a chance for a few showers in the morning. As the day goes on, we start to dry out. 60 degrees likely on Tuesday. Some of us could be still stuck in the 50s. And then on Wednesday, 66. We're back around average, and we should see a lot more sunshine, but still a mix of sun and clouds, so you'll still see some clouds on Wednesday. Let's talk temperatures outside right now. 48 in Baker City, 44 in LeGrand, 48 in Pendleton. We are in the 50s in the Valley, 53 in Eugene, 53 here in Portland, even in Vancouver. And we're in the lower 50s for most of us along the coast, 50 degrees in Tillamook. Here's another look outside. We have just a bit of cloud cover. We're not really seeing too much rain in the Portland area right now, but the surrounding areas are seeing rain and heavier at times. South-southwesterly winds 15 miles per hour. I want to talk about the winds because we do have a wind advisory out there that's going to show you in just a second. Here's a look at the radar over the last several hours. So we've seen some heavier rainfall up closer to the St. Helens area, but if we talk about closer to the Portland area, Estacada over to Canby, some heavier rainfall and some downpours, and then even as you get east of Troutdale, getting closer to Washington. Let's talk about Washington because there is some heavy rain right now in Battleground, Louisville, all the way over to Yacolt. This is going to continue later on this evening as well. Also, the Cascades are still seeing some snow showers. Snow is going to continue later on this evening. Going into tomorrow, we still have this winter weather advisory out there. Snow is likely above 4,000 feet. Now we're going to talk about the winds. Everywhere in this highlighted area, kind of like a beige color, this is the wind advisory. This is for that area because they are seeing wind gusts as high as 45 to 50 miles per hour throughout this evening, and it extends until 11 p.m. tonight. After that, we don't have to really worry about breezy conditions. Now let's talk about the rain as we go throughout the evening. So more chances for rain, but also we have this next system moving onshore. It's going to be around Monday morning, so definitely impacting your commute. And then as we get throughout Monday afternoon, still seeing some showers, kind of scattered, but also chances for some thunderstorms. And then Tuesday, starting out the morning with a few showers. The second half of the day should be drying out, and we should see dry skies heading into Wednesday, which is our really nice day. We have this upper level ridge that's going to move in, but for right now, you can see a lot of that blue. But then after that, going to see that ridge move in. It's going to bring us nice and dry weather, also quiet weather as you look towards the end of the 7-day forecast. So tomorrow, 57 rainy, 60 on Tuesday, 66 on Wednesday. That's when our dry streak really starts. We're back to the 80s likely on Thursday. Warm conditions continue into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all in the 80s. So two things I want to say. Yeah. We're most likely not going to hit or even tie any records, but still we're in the 80s, which is really nice. A lot of sunshine. Second thing, 80s are done after that 7-day, but we're back in the 70s, and I could take that. I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah, 4 days of 80s, better than no days of 80s.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Allison. And now switching gears here, today the University of Portland held their graduation's commencement ceremony. This ceremony started at 10 a.m. today with over 700 seniors graduating. The university's School of Nurses and Health Innovations also saw its largest number of graduates, with 225 nurses graduating with bachelor degrees. And while the University of Portland had a relatively calm graduation ceremony, other universities around the country did not. In Los Angeles, police cleared out a protest encampment at USC, but did not make any arrests Sunday morning, according to the school. The university has called off its main commencement ceremony, citing what the school says are security concerns. At the University of Michigan, meanwhile, banners with opposing messages flew overhead, and some protesters were removed during the school's main graduation ceremony yesterday. And as campus protests continue, the latest round of hostage ceasefire talks in Cairo ended today, with both Hamas and Israel blaming each other for rejecting key demands. In their statement, Hamas says a complete ceasefire is a priority and blames Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for sabotaging talks. Israel did not send anyone to the negotiations, but in a statement accused Hamas of not being serious about a deal, further warning of its planned operation for Rafah. Meanwhile, the Israeli military is closing the main Gaza border, crossing for civilian aid over reported attacks on troops there. This comes after the leader of World Food Program warned of a full-blown famine in parts of Gaza.
There is famine, full-blown famine in the north, and it's moving its way south. And so with what we're asking for and what we continually ask for is a ceasefire and the ability to have unfettered access to get in, safe and unfettered access to get into Gaza.
The latest proposal in the negotiations centered on a three-phased plan that ultimately aimed for the freedom of the remaining hostages in exchange for a military pullout from central Gaza and the partial release of Palestinians being held in Israeli prisons. The Israeli Prime Minister's cabinet today voted to shut down the Israeli offices of the AlJazeera news network. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says AlJazeera's offices will be closed immediately and their equipment confiscated. The country has been threatening to do so for weeks, despite the U.S. urging Israel to allow a free press to cover the war in Gaza. It comes after the Israeli parliament passed a law in April giving the government broad powers to shut down foreign news networks considered harmful to national security. Exactly 6 months from today, voters will head to the polls to select the next president of the United States. A new ABC News Ipsos poll shows the 2024 race for the White House is close, but both the current president and the former president are facing high unfavorability ratings. With just 6 months until Election Day, the latest ABC News Ipsos poll shows President Biden and former President Trump are still very close in the polls.
In our poll, Donald Trump has a very slight edge over Joe Biden among all adults, but if you hone in just on registered voters or likely voters, you actually get the opposite result, and a few-point edge for Joe Biden.
Over the weekend, the former president hosting a multi-day retreat with Republicans at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. The event featuring donors, party leaders, close allies of Trump, and some potential VP candidates. Republican Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas has also been mentioned as a possible running mate. Appearing on This Week, he was critical of the White House's handling of the campus protests.
You can protest all you want. If you want to make a fool of yourself and support a terrorist group, you can do that. Now, if you're a foreigner, you can't. And where's Joe Biden's administration demanding that universities turn over the names of any foreign students here on a visa, revoking those visas and deporting them?
Last week, President Biden making his third visit to North Carolina so far this year, touting his infrastructure law, which is funding lead pipe removal in North Carolina as he looks to win over voters in the traditionally red state.
Governor Cooper dedicated $2 billion from the American Rescue Plan for 800 clean water projects all across this state. A landmark bipartisan infrastructure law is allowing states across the nation to do more by investing in a record $15 billion so far, nationwide.
But this election is shaping up to be a race between two relatively unpopular candidates.
Joe Biden viewed favorably by only 40% of the country, 33% of the country only. That's a third of people overall have a favorable impression of Donald Trump.
Biden's job approval as president, just 35%, while 44% say they now approve of how Trump handled the job of president, up significantly since he left office. In other news, today is Cinco de Mayo, which means the return of the Cinco de Mayo festival, or fiesta rather, on the waterfront. Portland's largest fiesta was at the Tom McCall Waterfront Park from May 3rd to today. That was Friday to today. The festival featured dozens of vendors with food of all varieties, where there was also live music and performers. You can still make it out to the festival if you head out in the next few hours. Tickets are still available, and it lasts until 11 o'clock tonight. And today, the King Farmers Market returned to open its 16th season in Portland. The market is open every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School parking lot in Northeast Portland. The market features an average of 30 vendors weekly during the season, and they typically offer local farm fresh produce, flowers, meat, seafood, eggs, baked goods, and other specialty foods. And thank you so much for joining us for this digital edition of K2 News. That's our time for now. We're going to be back on the air tonight at 11 o'clock. We'll see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.